Greetings, greetings. Welcome, welcome. Grand rising. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, depending on what part of the world you are listening from. I am Dr. Daphne Clarke-Hudson. I am a spiritual healer. I am a why and soul purpose coach, consultant, and mentor. I work with my clients to help them connect with their inner blueprint for success. And by so doing, they are able to live their life with purpose and passion. If you are not already doing so, kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel. Subscribe to my website newsletter. Share. Follow me on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter. And if you forget all of those, kindly Google me because I'm Googleicious. All right, guys? So for this morning teaching, we will be doing the water therapy too. Keep sharing the live and keep tapping the screen so you can get people here. For this morning's teaching, I am going to be talking about paying it forward. Paying it forward is what I'm going to be talking about this morning. And I don't know about you. However, many years ago, I began consistently practicing gratitude. And gratitude is one way of paying it forward. Good morning, Queen. Morning, Queen. Gratitude is one way of paying it forward. And many years ago, I began practicing gratitude. And I used to do it on and off for 21 days. However, this past year, last November of 2020, I embarked on doing 365 days, one full year of gratitude. And for those of you that are part of my TikTok community, I want you to access those videos because there's 365 videos on gratitude that you can utilize. So I was excited when the universe download to me that I need to speak on paying it forward this morning. Not only am I going to be sharing my personal experience with you, but I have found an article / research that I am going to be sharing with you so that you can understand the importance and you are not just hearing from me, but you are hearing from other experts as well. All right? So let us begin. Are you guys ready? Let us begin. Do not forget to share. We never know what somebody else needs, so don't hold on. Share. Sharing is caring. Sharing is caring. So if you have one or two more friends, share this live with them. And I know everyone on here have more than two friends. So go ahead and share the live with folks so that they too can come and learn about paying it forward. All right, so I want to share a research with you. And I would like for you to listen keenly. All right? Pay it forward. Gratitude may seem like a simple emotion, but Robert Emmons argues that it inspires kindness, connection, and transformation. It also provides transformative life changes, and he does the research to prove it. So the research I am sharing with you was done by Robert Emmons. Emmons. All right? It is kind of old. However, the principles are valuable. This research was done June 1st, 27. No, 2007 is when the research was done. However, you can still learn from it. All right? Elizabeth Bartlett is a professor of political science at the Midwestern University. At the age of 42, her irregular heartbeat had become life-threatening. A heart transplant was her only hope, and she was fortunate to receive one. In a book called Chronicling the Journey, she writes that she felt thankful for her new lease on life, but simple feeling thankful wasn't enough. Listen, I continue to read verbatim from the research. I have a desire to do something in return, Elizabeth says. To do thanks, to give thanks, give thanks, give things, give thoughts, give love. So gratitude becomes the gift. Creating a circle of giving and receiving the endless waterfall, filling up the spillover, perhaps not even to the giver, but to someone else, to whoever crosses one's path. It is the simple passing of the gift. Welcome on YouTube. It's the simple passing of the gift. Hey, Queen, good morning. How are you, my darling? Yes, I'm talking about paying it forward this morning. Pleasure to see you, Queen. So, you see what Elizabeth is doing? She was struggling with the heart, and she was in gratitude that she was blessed to receive a heart transplant. Any of you who have had relatives or you know people that go on the transplant list, you know that can be a lengthy process. It takes long time. Some people die without receiving their transplant. However, Elizabeth Bartlett was blessed to receive that heart. She was grateful for her lease on life, but she was by no means taking it for granted. She wanted to create a way where she could pay it forward. Paying it forward. And what does that mean? For example, let me break this paying it forward down for you. You see all of the moderators who come on here every day when I click the live button, they show up here. They are paying it forward. Those of you that come in here and you participate, you get into the interactive dialogue of whatever we are talking about, you are paying it forward. And this is why it is so important that you do not allow yourself to get sucked into all of the negativity that is going on. Because one thing you need to keep in mind is that hurt people hurt people. Hurt people hurt people. So those who are hurting, they are miserable. They refuse to get professional help. And what they do, they turn up here and they begin to bully and to judge us and to say and make hateful remarks. Let's keep our eyes on the prize. Let's keep our eyes focused on the bullseye. Any of you who have ever played darts, you know you can never win a game of darts if you are not focused on the bullseye. You got to keep your eye on that bullseye, because once that dart leaves your hand, you have no more control over it. So keep your eyes on the bullseye. If you don't hit the bullseye, you'll be hitting one of the circles out there. And it's the same thing with paying it forward. All right? So, let me continue to read this research. What Bartlett describes is true gratitude. You see, what I read there, that was her expression of gratitude. And for those of you who have not yet watched them, please go on my page and avail yourself to watching the videos. They are only 3 minutes long. And I think some of them is 60 seconds, because when I started, TikTok did not have 3 minutes yet. So some of them is only 60 seconds. Watch them and start to build your own gratitude within yourself. Do not get into the habit of complaining. Be grateful for what you have. Be grateful for where you are. Be grateful for who you are. As this brief passage illustrates, gratitude is more than a pleasant feeling. It is also motivating. Gratitude serves as a key link between receiving and giving. Let me say that again. Gratitude serves as a key link between receiving and giving. It's a two-way process. It moves recipient to share and increase in every good they have received, because so much of human life is about giving, receiving, and pay and repaying. Gratitude is a pivotal concept for our social interaction. The famed sociologist George Simmel declares that gratitude is the moral memory of mankind. If every grateful action, he went on to say, were suddenly eliminated, society would crumble. Are you understanding? Can you relate to what these researchers are talking about? Although it is not rocket science, we got to be open enough to embrace the practice of gratitude. We got to be open. We got to stay focused. We have to understand what is it we are about, because unless we can prioritize what will bring value in the things that we do, we can let gratitude go by the wayside, and we can get sucked into the social media and the traditional media and all of the noise, because there's so much noise that is going on around us. And even religion too. Religion is noisy. That's why I said on here, we're not discussing religion. We're not discussing politics, because we can get sucked into that thing and it strips us of the things that are valuable and important. Stay focused. Know what it is you stand for. Everybody is welcome on my platform, so long as you are respectful, non-judgmental. We can agree to disagree without being disagreeable. I'm not interested in anybody's sexual orientation. Whatever folks do in their bedroom is their problem. It has nothing to do with me. They are welcome here. They can add value. We can come together and make a difference to impact the world. So stop being judgmental about folks. Let's love and embrace each other. Let's continue to give gratitude. Every seed that we plant, even if we are not in the same area that we plant the seed, the universe will provide other gardens for us to harvest from. So do not stop planting because you think you're temporary at a place. Keep planting, keep planting, keep planting. The more you plant, the more you will have to harvest. Many of the kindness that I reap now, I'm reaping because over my lifetime, even from I was in Jamaica, I was planting gardens. I was planting seeds. When I'm in Connecticut, planting seeds. In New York, planting seeds. Now I relocate, I'm planting more seeds. I'm always planting wherever I go, and I highly recommend that you do the same thing. Pay it forward. Yet, gratitude benefits are rarely discussed these days. Indeed, in the contrary, American society, we have come to overlook, dismiss, or even disparage the significance of gratitude. And you and I know that that is true. That is so true. You talk about gratitude and people will tell you, oh, I'm not into that new age stuff. You'd better get into something. Part of the problem, I think, is that we lack a sophisticated discourse for gratitude because we are out of practice. The late philosopher Robert Solomon noted how relatively infrequently Americans talk about gratitude, despite the fact that it forms the formation of social life in many other cultures. In America, we usually don't give it that much thought, with a notable exception of one day, and we know which that day is, right? We just celebrated it the other day, Thanksgiving. On the other hand, we tend to scrutinize anger, resentment, happiness, and romantic love. This is why I tell you all, every day is Thanksgiving. I don't have to be eating turkey to have Thanksgiving. Every day is Thanksgiving. It has been argued that males in particular may resist the experiencing and expressing gratefulness in so much as it implies in independence, dependency, and in-depthness. One fascinating study in the 1980s found that American men were less likely to regard gratitude positively than were German men, and to view it as less constructive and useful than their German counterparts. Gratitude proposes so many judgments about the depth of dependency that it is easy to see why supposedly self-reliant Americans would feel queasy about discussing it. This is so true because to every time that I raise the topic of journaling with a male client, they used to say, "Ooh, we don't want to do that." And that's when I started supplying the slim journals. Let me show you this. I invested in journals that look like this. Journals that look like this. You know why? Because they can put it inside of their breast pocket on their jackets. Because they were putting femininity towards the journal, and they didn't want to use it because it was masculine. And it took them a while working with that before they would be receptive to using it. So we have work as a society. We have work to do. Those of you who have husbands, and those of you who have wives and children, I want you to pay attention to this, because what happened? You have sons. Know that you are raising somebody's husband for the future. So have this conversation so they know that it is right to do that. Have the conversation. We like to think that we are our own creators and that our lives are ours to do with as we please. We take things for granted. We assume that we are totally responsible for all of the good things that comes our way. After all, we have earned it. We deserve it. A scene from this Simpsons captures this mentality. We ask to say grace at the family dinner table. Bart Simpson offers the following words: Dear God, we pay for this stuff ourselves, so thank you for nothing. And listen, we know that it's from a TV show. However, there are many human beings that think the same way. Tap the screen, share the live. Let's get folks in here. In one sense, of course, Bart is right. The Simpsons family did earn their own money, but on another level, he is missing the bigger picture. The grateful person senses that much goodness happens independently of these actions or even in spite of himself. Gratitude implies humility, a recognition that we could not be who we are or where we are in our life without contribution of others. How many family members, friends, strangers, and all of those who have come before us have made our daily lives easier and our existence freer, more comfortable, and even possible. It is mind-boggling to consider. And you, those of you who are here with me live, you always hear me say, there is no me without you. Yes, I have the microphone. I am the one verbalizing. But what sense would it make or what value it would bring if you all did not show up here? If the moderators didn't show up to moderate the conversation and to show some love, what sense would it make? Paying it forward is important. It is important. Indeed, contemporary social science research reminds us that if we overlook gratitude, it will be our own emotional and psychological peril. After years of ignoring gratitude, perhaps it appears on the surface to be very obvious emotion, lacking is interesting complications. Researchers have found that gratitude contributes powerfully to human health, happiness, and social connections. I first started studying gratitude 10 years ago. While the emotion initially seemed simplistic to me, I soon discovered that gratitude is a deeper, complex phenomenon that plays a critical role in human happiness. My research partner with Michael McLeod at the University of Miami has led to several important findings about gratitude. We have discovered scientific proof that when people regularly work on cultivating gratitude, they experience a variety of measurable benefits psychologically, physically, socially. In some cases, people have reported that gratitude led to transformative life changes. And even more importantly, the family, friends, partners, and others who surround them consistently report that people who practice gratitude seem measurable, um, and even more importantly, people, family, friends, and partners, and other people surrounding them consistently report that people who practice gratitude seem measurably happier and are more pleasant to be around. I have concluded that gratitude is one of a few attributes that can measurably change people's lives. Tap the screen, guys. Share the live. In about 5 minutes, we'll be doing the water therapy, so please get your waters. The signs of gratitude. At the, at the outset of our research, Mike McLeod and I assumed that regularly practicing gratitude should enhance people's physiologically and social functioning. We then base a series of experiments on the assumption on that assumption. In our first study, Mike and I randomly assigned participants one of three tasks. We decided to encourage some participants to feel gratitude and others to be negative and irritable. We also created a third neutral group by which to measure the others. Once a week for 10 weeks, the study's participants kept a short journal listing 5 things that had occurred over the past week. They either briefly described in a single sentence 5 things for which they were grateful, the gratitude condition, or they did the opposite, describing 5 hassles and that displeased them, the hassle condition. The neutral control group was simply asked to list 5 events or circumstances that had affected them each week, and they were not told to accentuate the positive or the negative aspect of the circumstances. To give a flavor for the participants wrote about examples of gratitude, inducing experiences including waking up this morning, the generosity of friends, God for giving me the determination and the rolling stones. Examples of hassles were hard to find parking, messy kitchen, no one will clean, fiancé dissipating quickly, and doing a favor for a friend who did not appreciate it. Although I believe we'd see the benefits of the gratitude, I wasn't sure this result would be invincible or unequivocal. To the grateful means to allow oneself to be placed in the position of a recipient, to feel indebted, aware of one's dependence on others, and obligated to reciprocate. An exercise like ours might remind people that they need to repay the kindness of others, and they may resent these obligations and even report strong negative feelings among their benefactors. So I was surprised at how dramatically positive our results were. At the end of the 10 weeks, participants who kept a gratitude journal felt better about their lives as a whole and were more optimistic about the future than participants in either of the other two conditions. To put it into numbers, according to the scale we use, the calculated well-being, they were a full 25% happier than the other participants. Those in the gratitude condition report fewer health complaints and even spend more time exercising than control participants did, and significantly more time exercising than those in the hassle condition. Nearly 1.5 hours more per week. Okay, I'm sorry, my battery died. I have to plug it in. Okay, I had unplugged the other phone. Sorry. This is a massive difference. The gratitude group participants also experienced fewer symptoms of physical illness than those in either of the other two groups. In a second study, we asked participants to keep journals every day for 2 weeks, perhaps a sign to express gratitude again and show an impressive array of benefits. On survey, we gave all study participants, people who kept a gratitude journal reported feeling more joyful, enthusiastic, interested, attentive, energetic, excited, determined, and strong than those in the hustle condition. They also reported offering others more emotional support or help with personal problems, supporting the notion that gratitude motivates people to do good. And, and this was not limited to what they said about themselves. We sent surveys to people who knew them well, and those significant others rated participants in a gratitude group, as more helpful than those in other groups. Their friends were not aware of which experimental condition these participants were in. All right, guys, let's do the water therapy. Let's do the water therapy. What is it that you are looking for? What is it you seek from it? Oh, my battery, my phone died. It was not plugged in. It was not plugged in. I plugged it in now. I'm sorry. Okay. So what it is you desire from your water? Is it back now? Is it back? Power your water. Charge your water up. What is it you expect? What are you looking for? Healing, clarity, focus. What does what represent? Stay in the live. I will answer your question when I come over. Are you asking for healing? I ask that this water will seek out any disease that is lurking in my body and to heal it. I ask that this water will go to every organ in my body and all of my human systems to enhance their healing properties. Let us drink. Okay, are you asking about the water therapy? Water is another energy. And because it is liquid, when we supercharge it and we drink it, the properties of those energies go throughout our bodies. And the requests that we make known to the water manifest themselves. You can do the research on water therapy. Look up water therapy or on YouTube. Everything is on YouTube. Don't just take my word for it. All right? It is like part of your gratitude. You're supercharging your water to get the result that you want. If that was not what you were asking, when I come over there, I will continue the conversation. All right, let's wrap up here. All right, so based on the information I shared here, you have enough insight, enough professional information showing you why it is important for you to include gratitude in your life. Show you why it is important to pay it forward. You don't need to have money to pay it forward. People are always gung-ho and saying, oh, I don't have any money to do this. We have enough resource to do what it is we want to do. We can choose making a phone call over texting and email. We can choose to give somebody a listening ear, not to always be giving advice, but just to listen to what they have to say and to let people know, I am here for you. I am here for you. So, I want you to make that commitment whenever it is that you are listening to the broadcast. I want you to please make that commitment that you will be paying it forward. Somebody paid it forward for us. Let us now commit to paying it forward for others. Let us accept this responsibility. People are hurting across the world. We can make a difference. We can make a difference. For those of us who, people's mailing address or something, mail them a handwritten card. Let them know you care. It does not take a lot. Show people we care. Let us get into the practice of showing gratitude with no expectation. We are not doing it because the person can do this for us and vice versa. Let us do it because it's the right thing to do. I want to give thanks to all of the people who showed up, my Facebook, my LinkedIn, my YouTube, my TikTok. Thank you guys for showing up each and every day. I hope that you will subscribe to my YouTube channel, follow me on all of my other social medias, and share it with your community too. Because the same way you are coming to digest this content, I would like for you to share it with others as well. I'm Dr. Daphne Clarke-Hudson. I am a spiritual healer. I'm your why and soul purpose coach, consultant, and mentor. If you are not already working with me, I highly suggest that you pick the phone up, text me at 203-885-5093, and let us get into this conversation. You know what? I love you, and there's absolutely nothing that you can do about it. Stay blessed, stay connected, and now go out and pay it forward. Love you. See you next time. Bye.